Hot. Hello, folks. Oh, it's a warm one, isn't it? Ugh. Should I bother to? I feel like my brain's gonna be too mushy today to do a stream I want anyone to see, but I'll still do a tweeting. I'll tweet a little emoji of a factory. There we go. Oh, the UK doesn't have AC. Indeed, it does not. It doesn't. It's only 20 degrees here. You know what? That's still too much. That's still too high, in my opinion. It's 27 here. It's supposed to get hotter later in the week. See, annoyingly, right, if you go downstairs in our house, the downstairs floor is like uncarpeted, right? It's wood in the living room and like flat stones in the kitchen. Upstairs is completely carpeted and it's roasting up here. They have another layer of gamification to Twitch. Oh, good. We love that, don't we? So yeah, what happened today? Keir Starmer has announced he's going to resign. That's good. In a sense, isn't it? I mean, AC's happening here. Like, it's at a point where it's like, okay, we're gonna die. So I don't care. I'll get one. It's harder than in the States. Our windows aren't like... All of our windows open sideways, you know? A lot of windows in the States like roll up and down. It's easy to put a box in them and roll the window down on top of it. Harder to do that here. They all open sideways. Most governments in a decade. Yeah, what are we on now? How many prime ministers have we had in the last 5 years? It's like a fucking trivia question, isn't it? Do you count Truss? Technically. Why not? We can't... Is there anyone who's like... Is a Liz Truss stan? Is anyone like... You know what? Back in the good old days when we had Liz Truss. I read a... What was it? It was a statistic that was something like 1 in 5 UK prime ministers are currently alive. I was like, oh god. It's embarrassing. I very foolishly, I wasn't thinking, I didn't think ahead. I didn't plan here. Instead of my usual flask full of ice water, which is what I usually make when it's too hot, I've made myself a fucking cup of tea. What's wrong with me? I was just in a tea mood, you know? The AC still works okay dangling out the window. Yeah. I'm gonna have to fucking get one, aren't I? Whatever. Your brain's too hot. It has. It's been doing video work in the heat. It's annoying. I must say. UK windows don't open. They do open. It's just they typically open a little bit along the side. It's hard to explain, you know. From what I've seen in the States, they roll up and down typically. here, they open like doors, right? It's... Yeah. They open, but stupid. They're not designed for air conditioning in mind, you know? Yeah, you need to, like, block it off in the side. It's a pain in the ass, but you know what? It's not as much of a pain in the ass as being this hot all the time. I will say. I guess I've delayed on getting air conditioning, mainly out of... Because it's like, it's usually only like a week where it's like this, you know? But I tell you what, it's starting to take the piss a bit. I also have a second layer of windows that don't open. Oh god. Anyway. What am I doing? This is still my basic factory here. I used the things that we built last time. The blueprints. And I made it more efficient. So it just produces all, you know, the basic necessities. And then I've sort of hand-fed a bunch of machines to produce other things. Like, for instance, we are not producing motors. So I've just been flying around idly feeding the various machines that aren't hooked up to collect enough materials to make an actual proper factory. So, fucking aluminum up here. This makes casings. This one makes the aluminium sheets. I'm thinking of going to live in the cellar for it. You have a cellar? That's incredible. I have, this is my bauxite production, which is not hooked up to anything. I just have a bauxite miner off across the map feeding into a dimensional depot, and then occasionally I fly over here and put 500 bauxite into the start of it. It doesn't need the silica to run, but I like to help it along as well. You can go to the beach, live yeah, if I feel like catching a disease, I could go down to the lovely mud next to the Mersey. I could sunbathe in the swamp next to all of the thrown away e-scooters and shopping trolleys. How this... Listen, the spider that has molted, right, was feasting upon little flightless fruit flies, right? It was just like munching them. Just like, if it saw one, it would just immediately beeline towards it, get it, and eat it. And those are like, the flightless fruit flies are stupid. They have absolutely zero sort of survival instinct. They just wander around at random. And if they happen to bump into something 5 times their size with giant fangs on the front, they don't care. They'll just walk right into its mouth, which is really funny to me. So it's just like a little creature that is just programmed with absolutely zero way of like defending itself. They don't even dodge or anything. They're just like, they just stroll around on like random pathing like an NPC until they bump into something that just eats them. And yeah, we gave that one a cricket. 2 days ago. It's had 2 crickets, right? It had one 2 days ago. And when we put the cricket in there and it saw it, it did the most incredible thing I've ever seen a jumping spider do. Right? It turned around, locked onto the cricket, which was like on the other side of the cage on top of like a flower. And it sprinted down the side of the cage, leapt from the side of the cage to a hanging ornament in the middle of the cage, ran around to the back of it and leapt off that and landed right behind the cricket's head and killed it. Literally in like seconds. It was incredible. I was like, oh my god. That thing is a hunter. It was amazing. So we named that one on the basis of that hunting display. We named it Artemis. That's a bit corny, isn't it? But I like it. And that name is stuck. But I tested it with another flightless fruit fly this morning. I just knocked one in there and it ran over and just gobbled it immediately. And then it found the cricket we put in yesterday. So now it's really fat, that one now. That it's just got, it's a very brave hunter and voracious. It just eat. I think it's post molt. They're just like, they'll just fucking eat anything, I guess. Because they've been like starving for like a week when they're in the little cocoon molting, you know, so they must come out like desperate. Alright, I'm not having music play while I'm in here. Talking about spiders. Steam machines just dropped. How much are they? What do they do? I mean, that doesn't mean anything to me, really, does it? Steam machine. What are they? They're just computers? There's just a Steam console? I mean, I have a gaming PC. You know, so... Steam Deck, but it's a box you plug into your TV. I mean, I have a Steam Deck as well. It travels. Alright, what are we doing then? I have a couple of radar towers set up. I was gonna make a factory over here, but we need to sort something out first, don't we? I have a drone port I made, like a blueprint of one. I need to like sink into the ground when I place it down. But this is a drone port and storage. So I can put these anywhere on the map. The problem is we need a central... There we are. We need fuel for them if we're going to use them centrally. And we also need to think about... we have water up there, but we don't have any other fluids, I don't think. And I'd probably want to bring the fluids in by train. I accidentally opened the in-game search. Yeah. That spider has... There's been the most spider news from that spider, because that's the most active one. Other spider news is like, you know, it sat in its web. Just sort of chilled out. They just hang around mostly, you know. But that one is like pacing back and forth around the cage looking for more food. My wife and I had a baby on Saturday. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. Well done. Are you sure you want to expose such a young baby to my filth and dangerous political opinions? Alright, we want to go up top and have a little look around, I think. We went with Henry. Henry is a good name. One of my favorite YouTubers is called Henry. Whoop. I went at this the complete wrong direction. There we go. Large jaw. Well, I don't want to say who, because all of a sudden I'm worried that that's not... What the hell? This thing's wearing a jetpack. What is that, like an Easter egg or something? Look at that. Is that a rare spawn? He's referred... Oh, yeah, Big Joel. I suddenly was like, oh shit, maybe he's never said. Maybe he's never said. I've accidentally doxed him. You can get the jetpack from it before you research. Oh, damn. So this... I actually don't know if there's water up here. This forest is like the central biome on the map, I believe. My name is actually Shaun, which is silly of me. I mean, but then again, I didn't know. You know, I didn't know. If I'd been thinking ahead properly, I would have come up with a fake name. Yeah, this counts as water. Alright, we won't have to get water up here if we've got this. This is probably fine, right? There's more water to the north as well. That's deep enough. It's this, the darker colors are the ones that you can actually get something out of. The only problem is there's not much up here in terms of resources. Okay. Come on now. You were ahead of the curve with YouTubers using their real name. What have we got? There's quartz down there, and then we've got impure coal and bauxite. Well, hey. Maybe I throw a radar tower over here so that we can see what's across the other side of the biome over here. Although what I'm thinking at the moment is we just use this crude oil here to make well, hang on, actually. To make what? Let's see. Turbo fuel. Because you can use different fuels, can't you? For the drones. Isn't this the most dangerous biome in the game? It would be. But I've got the enemies on passive. Because I don't like fighting them. It makes me feel mean. Although if we were going to do this, we'd need a couple of... Let's hunt some hard drives. Hello, Ashley. How are you doing?
You mute.
Can I mute? Of course, yes. 1 second. Hang on.
Making a really big web. I think she might be preparing to molt.
Oh, you reckon?
Yeah.
Working on a web.
She was twerking.
Oh, right. Yeah, they wave their asses around, don't they? When they're webbing.
And Artemis is watching.
Oh, look at them. They're creepy the way they watch you from across the... Hello. When did I unmute? Have I unmuted just now? No. When Ash said a huge web, we had some spider banter. Well, I unmuted and you heard stuff, but I don't remember muting again. You know what it must have been? When Ash left, I muscle memory hit the mute button. I must have just been like, yeah. That's crazy, right? So if we were gonna go over here, we could just put it up high somewhere over there. Right? Actually, going all the way over there would be better. Let's do that. Which is basically almost directly to the west of me. Or a little north. Yeah, let's do that. What's the deal with tarantulas? They're not true spiders. Is that true? Part of me worries that Ashley's spider sort of fixation now is going to lead to larger and larger spiders in the house. Okay, like straight west. I'm going to have to clear all these trees out. But yeah, I don't like fighting the enemies in this game. It's like, you know, Monster Hunter. I don't like Monster Hunter. Because I just feel too cruel playing it. They animate the monsters in Monster Hunter to look sad when you're hurting them. And they like try and like limp away from you. They try and like run away. I'm like, oh god, it's sad. I don't want to hurt the poor things. Can you sink these down a little? No. You should be able to sink them down a little. They're always like, one leg is floating slightly off the ground all the time. The monsters are racist. See, that's the sort of thing I need, you know? I need a reason to be killing what I'm killing. Put down foundations. No. There we go. We can just hop from rock to rock now, can't we? They're called monsters. But some of them are just like minding their own business until you turn up and, you know, start whacking them. I think there's a summer sloop over here. Hi. Ecological imbalance. That's so cute. What's new and Satisfactory? A few things. It's mainly like quality of life things, isn't it? Should we... you bastards. You all just walk right over to exactly where I wanted to place that thing. See, the enemies can still annoy me. Whatever, that'll do. The gameplay and narrative are at intense odds with each other. There's a lot of kill 50 of that thing, you know, to grind its bones. Yeah, I want to go like right there. The one. That's a good place for a tower, isn't it? Right in the middle of that thing. We can get one over here. Okay. Ah, look at that. Well, no one's going to let me get away with that, are they? So fine. Give me a second. I will fix it. No. Listen, I'm fixing it currently. I don't like that, actually. I just need the down part. Yeah. The down part of the ramp. You're not going to let me off with that. Where do I want this? There we go. We happy about that? We allowed? There we go. It's cut. It's on a floor. Very good. Satisfactory. Thank you. Yeah, I forgot about this. Yes. All right. Where's this one going then? That's not bad. Get out the way. Now really, we should go back along with the wire, you know, and trim the trees so that the wires don't clip through the trees. We just want one. It's kind of close. Hope the wires aren't clipping. Look at that. They're not. Just about. Why is there a giant cat head there? Because there's an arachnophobia mode in the game, because some of the enemies look like spiders. And this replaces them with wobbly pictures of cats. And now, I'm not scared of spiders. I feel like I've actually become less scared of spiders. Look at that, I had much closer wires here. It's depressing, eh? But then again, you know, we needed to run wires through this biome anyway. Yeah, I feel less scared of spiders now. Keeping spiders. Something else happened today, in addition to, Starmer going. Alan Greenspan passed away. R.I.P. Alright, let's have a look at this. Very good. Annoyingly, we can't see here. Like a little, actually, like where I'm standing right now would have been better for it, wouldn't it? Still, that's not too bad. Is that a guy you like or a guy? Oh, it's Greenspan. Oh, he's before everyone's time. Do you mind? Yes. Hey, they're fighting. I didn't know they could fight. Let's go away so that we can't hear that anymore. This is quite nice when you know you've done this, and then you can just zip back along the trees. Whoop. Well, we can't do that, can we? I like how they just explode. Alright. Greenspan is, or was, I suppose, one of the principal individuals you could blame for the world being as fucked up as it is. Well, so all those are going to have to be stripped out again. I need to think about the how this is going to look. I'm gonna have to, like, all the tall stuff has to go. Brilliant. We need to build fairly high above, I think. It needs to be at a level that is above these things. And then, what's it worth coming up with? Oh god. Oh, I can't stand near this while I can't think next to these things. Let's have a climb up here. There we are. Okay, I don't remember any of this crap being here, actually. Do these respawn, these rocks? Because that's bullshit. What do we think of Burnham, then? Because right now, not much, I will say. Like, it seems like they're going for a... We'll just swap him out, you know. It would be surprising if he was anything different. Not the meme guy. I did see that Wes Streeting said that he supported him. Which acted like an anti-recommendation for me. I was like, oh god, like there's no way that he'd be saying that if he was any good. Said he'll be harder on immigrants. Well, why wouldn't he? That's the only answer in British politics. All the bad things are caused by immigrants, and I'll solve it by being harder on immigrants. And then that doesn't happen. Because that's a fake idea. And then the next person's like, aha, I know what to do. I'll be even harder on immigrants. And of course it never pays off. Because it's not true. Oh yes, let's not forget. They have other bigotries as well. What was your favorite Starmer moment then? Where should we make like our base? I might just go with this. I might have to get rid of these things. Sorry about that. Or like wall them off maybe, you know. I did like that one, the quick fire interview he did, where he said that he doesn't dream, and that he doesn't have any fears. It's just like nothing about him. What's your favorite novel? No, don't have one. You don't have a favorite book? Like he doesn't exist. Oh, wonderful shot. Okay, so we'd want to go like on this level, I think. That gives us lots of space below. Now the only issue is I don't want to be so boring as to just do like a big flat plane of concrete over this. However, I do want to start with something approaching that. Just... Should I attempt to start like directly facing a cardinal direction? Like put that down. You can get Lord of the Rings elven architecture instead. Would that make it better? Do you not like the factory aesthetic? This isn't too high, is it? What's the height? Because this would be sad if I started building here. In fact, this should really be the roof, I think. Should it? I don't know how much space to give myself. He ran over delivery. Oh yeah, I forgot that. Is this going to be an everything factory? I guess so. I'm trying to decide.
Hello there.
Burnham, I hardly know him.
Hellworld, thank you very much for the 18 months sub. I'm torn. I confess I'm torn. See, what I would like... I'm torn between a few different things here. Alright, I'll tell you what. I think we're getting ahead of ourselves. Bernie Bros. I'm sure that will be something fairly soon. I like when he appeared with a bunch of flags and was like, I like flags. Flags are a great way to show your patriotism. The man's never shagged a flag in his life. And then he fell off that post. It's not funny. That was a tragedy. Okay. Yeah, let's stop getting ahead of ourselves. I'm gonna do one thing in particular. I'm gonna find 2 hard drives. That is what I'm gonna do. That's all I need. I need to find 2 hard drives. And I don't need to worry about anything else until we have them. Being up here is handy for that, I guess. Why is he unpopular? Ugh. It's a version of that. It's very difficult to get someone to understand something if their paycheck depends on not understanding it. It's that, but ideology. And also, thus, money indirectly, I suppose. Starmer's tricky because he took no firm stances on anything. Hello there. and did everything that they wanted to do, and everyone hated him, and he was a massive failure. And that's not supposed to be possible, you know. Oh, this is so much easier than it would be otherwise. But why would they be defending this thing, you know? There we go. It's still not too cool to be close to this thing, 'cause these hurt you just by being around them. I'm just cleaning up the debris. I'm trying to make your house nicer. Leave me alone. I will have these as well. Okay, brilliant. That's one of the two I needed. What do we need? So sulfur and coal. Do we have any coal in here? I do. I have sulfur in here. I do. As for this, we need 15. Compacted coal. Alright. What the hell? Oh, I needed to accept it first. I can't make it. It must be made in something. What's it made in? Compacted coal. Shit. Alright. Oh, whatever. We need another hard drive fast. Got all this crap you end up after you've walked around. Right. Oh, yeah. I asked what's wrong with stuff. Yeah, that's a fucked up trick, that one. Because he was like... There was no obvious blunders. And then when he got like 100 different responses, he was like, see, no one can agree why he was so bad. It's just, no, that's not true. He just did 100 different fucked up things. And nothing good. What do I want here? Well, let's eat a couple of these. So we're going to get the shit kicked out of us, even with the enemies on the passive. Wow. Yeah, I know. Yep. Well, that'll do, I suppose. I need, I'm gonna need power. Since I can't actually craft compacted coal by myself, can I? So let's find a wire. Oh, it's raining. Just, I know that the basic fuel is incredibly inefficient, so I'd prefer it if we had turbo fuel just to fuel the drones with. They don't like him when they did, like... Well... I mean, I already know the answers to this, but it's like, here's hoping he goes the smart way with that and tells them all to go fuck themselves instead of trying to appease them by being like, no, please like me. One thing Starmer said in his speech going away was like, we inherited a Labour Party that was morally and financially bankrupt. He said. Now, I'm sorry, but he can argue morally if he likes, although that is ridiculous. But financially? Labour had way more members under Corbyn, right? It was a lot more popular as well. It got a lot more votes. Alright, here's our very good one that's got its own little platform. I'm just unlocking it right now, and then we'll go set up a permanent source for it. And then when we've got that, that's all we need. We just need a permanent source of turbo fuel. I don't need to do this fully with boxes or anything, do I? Let's just do it in this. And then we go compacted coal, and then we pop that in. And then we speed it up. And summer slip it, why not? Am I being hurt right now? Very slightly radioactive around here. Alright, 15. That's turbo fuel, and then there's rocket fuel. And ionized fuel. What would rocket fuel take, I wonder? Regardless. Let's just use turbo fuel for now. We can, because I'm not going to make the fuel on site. What we can do is, we can just replace the fuel source later. If necessary. Alright. Rocket fuel rules. Oh, look at this. I ran across another one of these. It needs 5 heavy modular frames. It's not many. I'll have it. Well, the cats are annoying. When they're meowing, I will say. Alright, so we want to head over to... I think here, because there is sulfur and coal not far from oil here, so I think that might be all we need. Is that all we need? For packaged rocket fuel? I'm not sure. Crude oil? Oh yeah. The pressurizer thing. Forgot about that. I write in, because my most recent video, it's all about immigration. I talk about the damage that's done by continually just more and more governments for decades just agreeing that immigration is a problem and is causing all these issues in society. And if you vote for me, I'll get tough on immigration and solve the problems. And it's like, it's not taken seriously at all. That is like completely fake. Like you can't win on that. Even if you were as tough as possible, it wouldn't actually solve the problems that you've spent decades teaching people to expect to be solved by it, you know? Oh yeah, it's half of it is just actual racism, but it's also, to actually solve the problems you're blaming on immigration, you would have to raise taxes on rich people, and they don't want to do that. So a lot of it is assumed to be incompetence. Like, why don't you know why this isn't working? And it's like, no, they have two cards in their hand, basically, and one is tax rich people and one is get more racist. And get more racist doesn't work, but they don't want to play the other card, so they're going to play the one that doesn't work. It's like, it's just sort of process of elimination. All right. Let's have a little look at it. This is oil. You should probably build like a little facility for this, right? Just noticed the cats. Yeah, they're funny, aren't they? Raynog. I saw a screenshot of, I think, like a role-playing game the other day, and one of the towns in it, in the screenshot, was called Draynog. Someone was like, you came from Draynog, didn't you? And I was like, oh, Draynog. That's interesting. I'll keep uploading wooden leaves, I guess. Alright, let's build this way. Do I need water for any of this? I don't know. I don't know the system. Let's have a look at a refinery. So turbo fuel is fuel and compacted coal. And compacted coal, of course, is coal, which we have here, and sulfur, which we have over here. So we just bring those two together. Boom. Compacted coal. And that makes turbo fuel. Now, what are our issues here? One is the coal is up at the top here. We also have limestone. Don't know if we can use that for any parts of it. 600, which is enough to fill this whole pipe. All right, very good. But that's going to be way too much. We'll just use this one node for now. Okay, so that would be 10 of these, which would produce 400 fuel a minute. which would require 18 more of them. And 266 compacted coal per minute. Some people are worried about a Muslim becoming prime minister and changing the laws. Oh, Jesus. What, some people on Facebook? Someone in my family told my sister that he was going to go down to the south of England because a bunch of us are going to get together and go and find them when they get off the boats and beat them up. He said. Like, yeah, okay, good luck with that. Must not be watching my videos. Alright. But how much compacted coal are we making? We'll have to start with that, you know? But that would be annoying, wouldn't it? We'd have 10 of this. And then 18 of the other. There's 28 refineries we'd be dropping just making turbo fuel. That's crazy. Do we need that many? Let's see. Is this up there? Is that what I'm looking at here? It is indeed. Okay, we go straight east from here. We shall make a little walkway. To run the sulfur down. Is it up to par with Factorio? It's Factorio, but in 3D, essentially. If you want a really simple sort of pitch for it. Here we are. So what do we got here? Normal sulfur. Well, we can upgrade the miner. And I mean, we can overclock it to 300. And then speed that up. That is. Lovely. What do we want here? We don't need to run multiple things down here, do we? Just run a belt down the middle. My aunt-in-law told me she was thinking about moving due to a mosque that's a few miles away from her house. It's been there for like 50 years. Sorry for laughing, because it's like, it's terrible in one sense, you know. It's just the ridiculousness of it. We That reminds me of the post 9/11 like hysteria in the States, where people were convinced Al Qaeda was gonna attack like some random mall somewhere, like the Midwest. There we are, lovely. We have sulfur. What do we have? 300 sulfur a minute? Wait, not this. This. So that is 12 of these, right? 4, 4, and 4. Depending on how much gold we have, of course. And, you know, I probably can't be bothered actually making that many. What? No, you don't. Thank you. It's hard to figure out these people actually believe it. See, they believe it fully, but it's not a factual belief. It's an emotional belief, you know? It makes sense on an emotional level. But they like someone might understand something is actually factually not true, but it's still true, just on like a different plane almost. Okay, so that's element number 1. This is element number 2, and it is a normal coal patch. Should we just go right off the edge with it? It's 300. We can't really make 12 of those, though, can we? I mean, it's just so nuts. What would that even look like? Hang on, we don't need... Yeah, we do. It's 25 a minute each one uses. So that's 4 per 100, and 300 makes it 12. Shit, though, you know? I guess let's do it. Should we? I keep going back and forth like I'm not sure. Not sure where the best way to go with it is. Want to encroach on that limestone node. That'll probably never hook up to anything. There we go, that's fine. I didn't like him calling Muslims subhumans. Well, that seems like it's fair enough, to be perfectly honest. It's always wild when someone is like... can be described as a leftist or a communist in a lot of regards, but then it's just like, oh, except for them. I have like one random thing where it's totally out of alignment with all my other beliefs. It's almost like most people don't actually sit down and think about why it is that they think what they think. And they should. You should have coherent worldview. And I see it as part of being a grown-up. Think about what you're doing. Shall we go 6 and 6? That'll work, right? Well, hang on. This spits out the same amount of compacted coal the other side, right? So we'll just fill up our... Yeah, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Beautiful. I had a friend tell me once, Shaun is a communist. Is that true? Yeah, I suppose so. I differ on, like, actual names for things, you know, because it means communist and socialist mean different things to different people. But basically. I believe in equality. Do we need that to be one further over? Now, you know what? That's going to piss me off so much. And I'm pushed for space here. Or at least I'd like to believe I am. So we're going this close on this one, and then we'll use lifts for the other one. Shaun is a lib. I mean, well, you know, certain people would consider me so, I'm sure. There are people who are like, if you don't believe in my extremely sort of narrowly sliced denomination of anarchism or whatever, then I declare you a liberal. Which, you know, that's fine. If you want to. There we go. Can we do that? Yeah, we just need to position a splitter in the exact right place. Like that. And now. Uh-oh. Ah. Okay, maybe if we position the things first. I like how I fucked this up already. Well, we can give it a bash. If not, I'll have to just move them out. I don't mind. It's fine. This direction. Oh, you are taking the piss, though, aren't you? Look at that. Ugh. You can nudge it, and the lift will compact down. Huh. I'm going to give this manner of doing things a quick bash. Yeah, there we go. That works. That little click noise, that's just beautiful. That they made a little click noise it makes. That's exactly what you need, you know? And it's like, yeah, you did it. It clicks on. Well done. What we're building right now is the facility that is going to make the fuel for the drones. Which I don't have any of, but will have eventually. Okay. Go there like that. I also like that you can clip it to certain... It's quite generous with that as well, because this is on a different level, isn't it? But it still clips nicely. This one doesn't clip. That's of course, there isn't enough belt for it. So I'll have to remedy that. Well, this isn't directly on. Whatever. Fine. Like that. Oh, this one doesn't want to clip. I'll have to eyeball it. Oh! Oh, that one's not clicking. Oh, isn't this interesting, folks? Great. Great. Fuck. Okay. How about this? Why you point it that way? Okay, that, but make sure it's pointed the right way first. Okay. Surprisingly difficult. Okay. There we are. Yeah. It's allowed. Me and Ash watched season 3 of Documental. I forgot that they invited a kind of sex pest to season 3 who hadn't been on TV in like 10 years. And then he wins it. That's kind of a bum note for the season, isn't it? Spoilers. Sorry. You wouldn't know unless you, look it up. Just, there's references to him not having been on TV for a while, and then someone does ask him to try and make him laugh later, like, hey, why have I not seen you on TV for a while? Which is funny, but the fact that he's even there to joke about it sucks. Alright, there we go. Compacted coal. Are these all compacted coal? I have power here, don't I? No. Well, give me a second. Yeah, there we are. Well, these should fill up. Now we just need to bring the coal over, which is still up there, of course. Is Documental the terrible British version with Jimmy Carr? Oh, no, that's Last One Laughing. Is like how... Is it Amazon franchised it? So a bunch of different countries all have a Last One Laughing. But Documental is the Japanese original. Has anyone here seen the show? What is it? The Traitors. No. I wanted to ask if it makes sense. If the... Because me and Ash have watched a few episodes of the celebrity version. Right? And it doesn't make any sense. Can we bring this? Hang on. No one's gonna... Nah, look at that. That's fine. It's just inset into the wall a little bit. Everyone's happy about that. Makes perfect sense. It's loosely inspired by... Well, it's one of those... There's... like, people do tasks, but some of them are traitors and are gonna kill the other ones. So it's one of those, like, werewolf, like, party games, you know, that sort of thing, but turned into a season of TV. But there's an element to it which I fear doesn't make any sense. I'm sure no one cares, except me. I was winding Ashley up. Accidentally. By being like, none of this makes any sense. Yeah, we'll have to bring that along the floor. That's fine. Among Us. Well, the issue is, like, the traitors have to kill the non-traitors, right? Fine, that makes sense. Makes perfect sense. That's the sort of thing you'd expect. But they do tasks in between that. They'll do, like, a task each day, where it's like they have to complete a puzzle or some sort of thing, right? That's fine, except they're competing to win money, which goes into a communal pot, which is won by either the traitors or the non-traitors. Meaning there's absolutely zero incentive for them to compete during the majority of the show. Which has me, like, confused. I'm like, what's supposed to be, like... On the celebrity one of the celebrities fucked up the first element of the first game they did, right? They had to push a Trojan horse through a bunch of gates and then light it on fire. Didn't really make sense. There was I don't know why they were doing that. but one of them fucked up the very first element of it and caused them to like lose something, right? And some people were like, "Ooh, I wonder if she's a traitor because she sabotaged that event." But why would she? Well, she has absolutely no reason to. Why would they be trying to sabotage that? It doesn't make any sense. They're supposed to be no. They dragged the Trojan horse with no one in it, and then they burned it. It feels like one of those, like they haven't really thought about what they were doing, you know. It just feels like that. Alright, we'll just get this over there for now. This is a lie I'm telling myself right now. We'll make it pretty later. There we go. What show? Celebrity Traitors. Me and Ashley watched some of. Oh, look at that. Forgot to hook that up. Are we all green? Again, it's going to take a while before they all... Yeah, that's good. There's coal in that one. So I watched a few episodes of TNG. Did you know? Where did you start? Did you start at the beginning? Because hang in there. What am I current? Let's see. 780. That's not bad. I forgot I was on the Alpad sheets. I don't actually have these fully hooked up yet, so this is a finite resource. I was not expecting that second one. Listen. I will defend certain elements of season 1. There are a few good episodes in there. I even quite like Encounter at Farpoint. But if yeah, the second one is shite. And then, I mean, if you didn't like that one, don't watch the next one. But this is as bad as it gets. It's all ups from there, you know. Alright, let's just throw all this in an industrial storage for now. Lovely. There we are. Compacted coal. We have 300 compacted coal a minute, I believe. I thought Ep 2 was the horrifically and bizarrely racist one. No, that's free, isn't it? Oh. I don't know. I'm getting them mixed up. I know early on it's like the relatively weird opener. And then there's the one where they do the let's see them all drunk and acting crazy like we have any idea what their regular characters are because it's episode 2. That should be like a we're filling time in season 6 sort of episode, you know. They actually do that one in Deep Space Nine, but it's much different then because we know what people are like by then, you know. And then there's one that's just really racist. Beautiful. Efficient alternative to coal. So that's that then. Of course, we're going to have to weave this coal around whatever this setup ends up being. But okay. Wrist hurts. So we have enough compacted coal to fuel 20 of these machines, which we're obviously not going to do because that's crazy. Right? That would be times the 18.75. That would be 375 turbo fuel a minute. I may have skipped the racist one. Listen, trust me. Even the bad ones you watch right now, there's some scenes in there that provide some characterization and context for later things. Like, you gotta trust. When you hit a measure of a man, things are looking up. There's a series, like, after you get to a particular point, though, they just start all being bangers. You know, they're just all good. I guess we could set up 10 of these. It's just, I'm not going to have enough space. Where am I going to put them? I should go back to the racist one. I mean, I'm a bad person to ask because I like seeing even the bad episodes because I'm like, wow, that sucked. What was the name of the race? It was Code of Honor, wasn't it? There are only a few that are both bad and uninteresting. Yeah. So if we lift off the ground to here, then we can run the coal underneath, right? So the only issue is we don't want to hit this, so we'll start here. And we'll go in next to it. That's fine, right? Yeah, okay. And then this lengthways, we get quite a lot of space lengthways here. Let's utilize it, shall we? And then we can go next to it and down there. Yeah, there we go. Very good. They have to save. Oh my god, that's probably the worst actual episode. I think is Riker is sick, and they have to. Yeah, they are like they have to look at his memories, and it plays. You know, it's a clip show essentially. That was not good. Okay. Can we fit 10 refineries down here? I am just closing my mind to the fact that we need space for way more refineries. After that, we can't by any chance. This doesn't. I mean, that's asking a lot. That would be asking a lot. Maybe we can go that way. But that's over the rest of the oil, isn't it? Okay, so this is turning crude oil into fuel. We're going to do 10 of them. That's going to fill 400 a minute, 300 a minute polymer resin, which is going to just be tossed in the bin. Could be the lake. I could just keep going up. Honestly, it's just there's stuff in every direction. There's no item input for this. 2, 3. I could overclock them and just do 5, but nice. I think that's 10. One, two. I can't. One thing about me, I have the generators will need space too. What generators? I'm not doing generators right now. When I have done that, I have used this is drone fuel. This one. See this one? I've built a massive amount of generators on like over the water over here because you do need shitloads of space for this. This I just wasn't expecting to take up so much space. But yet one sort of quirk of my brain is that I cannot count things in a sequence like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It hurts me. It's hard. I find it hard to do. Is that fucked up? Hang on. Why did I put down coal generators instead of refineries? Fuck. Clicked the wrong thing. Well, they're the same size, aren't they? How did I do that? They look kind of similar. Honestly. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to squish this up against the wall, actually, so we're going to just take one off this end. Put one on this end. That. Then we need an awesome sink. Down the end like this. To eat all of the polymer resin so it doesn't back up. Conspicuously skipping. I did skip 7. And so we want to merge it. It can be right here. That's absolutely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And the oil should be easy to hook up. And we can daisy chain the power. Down to the other end. I don't have a blueprint for this. There we go. Lovely. The drones take liquid fuel now. I think you need to package it, right? But the packager is... Let's see, yeah, packaged turbo fuel. But that's just empty canisters. And they're made out of plastic, which you can make out of oil. And we have 2 other oil patches down there, so... Let's see. This does 20 a minute. And produces 20 a minute. I mean, this is going to produce more than we need. It's also going to produce enough to fuel my jetpack, I imagine. Which is nice. Okay, so this is doing fuel. Let me copy. I can't sprint and hold. Control and V at the same time. It's the fastest way of doing this. Beautiful. Alright. We'll cut this off for now. Oil extractor. You are going to get out the way or you're going to get killed, which is unfortunate. Okay, so down the back. All it is, there's nothing else going in here, is there? So we can just do this. And then put a pump, send it up, and we're laughing. I went back and played through it all again on hard to get the platinum trophy. That ending was silly. Why would they make it silly when it's meant to be the sad bit? Because they don't know how to write a good game anymore. Okay, this is the input. Beautiful. Where were we hooked up here? Like this. And then this is overclocked, isn't it? It's output 600. Although it's probably not going to send it up that far, so we have a pump. Shaun becoming factory. Oh, I've played a lot of this game and other factory games. They tickle something in me. I find it's probably the same thing for me why Ashley cross stitches. It shuts your brain up, you know. It's like I can do this and sort of actively not think about something else. These aren't lined up the cleanest, but everyone's just going to forgive me for that. It's like math, but fun. I'm envious of people who can get the same from like studying mathematics and things like that, you know? Okay, there we go. Now, no power. I need my hopper pack here. yeah. Also need to hook up the sink. Look at that. I'm not happy enough about that. Oh, look at that. Oh my god. We need to even bring it out to here. There we go. Oh, look at that. Blinding. Okay, so what we've got now is a machine that makes polymer resin and puts it in the bin. Which is obviously not great. Yearning for a real job. Well, I did used to work in a factory and in a warehouse, didn't I? So, I suppose. I'm reliving the good old days. Right then. Let's put... Yeah, let's just pop one of these like this. Now we need to hook this up. That one's going to be a bit dodgy, but... Sadly, I didn't get a jetpack. Logistics. And then we do like this and raise it up. Right alongside that, like that. That's a thing. The noise the jetpack makes is very annoying. I will say. Alright, we do a junction like this. Oh, it's beautiful. And then the rest can be T-junctions, which just sort of have to be vaguely lined up like this. Oh, that one snapped. And that one. And that one, although that one might mess me up. Thank you, whoever programmed them to snap to things on other layers. Extremely handy. I don't actually have power right now beyond Sommersloop things and geothermal. I should... I'm fine. The geothermal is so... If you hook them all up and then collect like 20 Sommersloop things, you can make these power augmenters, which are really good. They can power a base by themselves until you get into like serious like production. All right, fuel. We are making it. 400 fuel a minute. Yeah, making this sort of like this all legible and like, you know, it's janky sometimes, but on the whole, it works better than you could imagine it would. Just putting down some basic legs, you know. Otherwise people shout at me. Why is it floating? No. What do you mean no? Is it supposed to be floating? Alright, so we have the fuel. We have... Can you hear that? did that show up on the microphone? Ash did not get a dog. I just happened to have my door open today because it's very hot. Blech. That's my neighbor's dog, which makes that noise whenever it receives any stimulus whatsoever. Look at all these lovely flies. Alright. I guess we can go up this way. There's nothing this way. Let's just get rid of the gas. Blech. I like Ash's post where she said, airdropping this to my neighbor's dog, and then attached the not everything needs a reaction meme. And that is that dog. That's an appearance from the dog. The thing is as well, it like kind of sneaks up on you, that dog. What it does is, if you're walking down the path towards like our house, it will be like behind the fence and it will wait until you're right next to it and then it will go like just like this supersonic fucking bark. Just to try and jump scare you. People who are delivering pizzas and things are like... I remember we were getting delivery once. I think it was just a postal worker was giving me a package, and the dog was just right next to it going, row, 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 row. She was like, I bet you love living next to this thing. Okay. So now we've sorted out where this is. We can connect these. What's a little bit more sensibly? There we go. It's not great. I could put this in straighter and, you know, less uglier. And I might do one day. But for now it just has to be hooked up. Beautification comes much later. You shouldn't raise... Well, yeah, some people just... When the dog starts shouting, they start shouting. And, they, you know, dogs don't know what's going on, do they? They're just like, everyone's yelling now. Woo! Alright. We have a big thing of... It looks delicious, doesn't it? It looks like lovely orange juice. I want to drink it. Okay, so... Next, let's see what we need. We want to make turbo fuel. Now that is... We have 400. Fuel. So that's divided by 22.5 is 17, 17, 17. Except, let's go by 20 because that'll be easier. So we just have to make... No, hang on, that doesn't make sense. I've just conjured more of it out of nowhere. We don't have enough to fuel 20 of them. We have enough to fuel, I think, like 18 of them. 17.7. 300 divided by 15 is 20. So, okay, we're good on compacted coal. That's not going to be the issue. So we could go to 16 and then make 8 of them and overclock them 2 times. Just to save space. Or we could put in 17 of these machines. Ugh. 17 refineries, do we think? Going down that way. I don't really like overclocking all that much, you know? I've been playing for 2 hours. And then we've got our 2 elements there. We put that on the side. Like that. And then feed the other thing down next to it. I'm hunting for the 1 pixel of... Let's get close to it. Give me the bar. Give me it. There it is. So it doesn't refill when I move this over. Oh, I've ended up with some extra. Yep. Lovely. She doesn't have a cat but a turtle whose shell made noise against the walls. Remember when my one of my neighbors, when I was living alone, called the police on me? Remember that? For arguing. Like a big rowdy fight going on, they claimed. Ashley! Hello there, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am also good.
Sorry.
What are you laughing at?
Oh, just came in. Sorry. Me speaking loud freaked the spiders.
You scared the spiders? Why would you do such a thing?
It was an accident.
Ashley's came to terrorize the spiders.
Yeah, when I raised my voice, it made Nick start like spinning around.
Yeah, they spin quick, don't they? To like see what's up in the room.
Yeah. How's the factory?
It's coming along fine. It's too hot to get much done, so I'm just making a very lazy turbo fuel factory.
Oh wow. That's a very nice house. I like it. Aw. Wait till you see the house she's made.
Which one?
Next. She's made a really big nest.
Oh, that's good. They're making very nice nests,
Are you
apparently.
feeling settled? I think it might be a boy.
You
Which
reckon?
would be funny. If it's a boy, I might call him Magus.
Magus.
He looks like a little wizard.
Ashley suspects that one of the spiders she has been sent is a boy spider. But you requested no boys, didn't you?
Yeah, and then I opened the package and it had a huge dong.
No, it didn't.
It had a huge spider penis.
They don't have penises. Wait, do they? I don't know if that's true. Don't they just touch their pedipalps together?
Yeah, I was joking. They don't have penises.
Ah, right.
It was supposed to be like a funny mental image of a spider having a big
It's pretty funny.
penis. I love you.
Thanks for that image, Ashley. Turn it over and check. How do you check? Well, of the species they are, the boys tend to be dark. And we got sent one that is very dark. But it's hard to tell when they're smaller, you know. God, where am I going? There we are. Lovely. This is too many, isn't it? It feels like too many in a row. I'm glad that the darkly coloured one is settling down more though. 'Cause it hadn't eaten much. I mean, now that, you know, if we did have a boy, we could conceivably mate them. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. Now, we technically have enough fuel for 17.7, but I'll allow the extra 0.7 for, like, you know, inefficiencies in the fuel line, things like that. Okay, so turbo fuel, it just makes turbo fuel, which is lovely. We'll feed it back down to here, will we? Yeah, and then, oh god, we need a packaging plant as well. Yeah, well, we can fill like a... These all turbo fuel, they are. We can fill a ball with it. Like this. Beautiful. We'll do that. And then we can make a packager over there. And then connect that to a drone port. And then we're laughing. I seem to recall pipes never See, the thing with pipes is they balance in and out, you know, unless you have, like... You can put pumps everywhere, and you can put valves everywhere to, like, control the flow, but I find that just overproducing a little bit is usually good enough. Okay, so. First things first. Splitter facing that way. We can go like that. God, this is a lot to hook up. But once it's done, it's done. We'll have infinite turbo fuel. I don't know how people breed the spiders, because you get so, like, you know, attached to them for, like, months, and then you'd put two together, and what if one just fucking munched the other one? Because they don't always breed. What if one is just, like, bleh, just leaps on the other one and drains its juices? That'd be terrible. Like if you introduced 2 dogs or 2 cats and one of them just ate the other one. That's too grim. Excuse my rapid clicking. Probably the least sort of nice thing to watch on a stream, this. Clanking and clicking and jittering the screen around. Okay. Coal hooked up. I guess if we hook up the back first, and they'll all start making turbo fuel, and then we can hook up the front to the big ball. Yeah, I guess we go from here. That's fine. Pipeline Mark 2. It's a bit weird. Is it? No, it's fine. Stop connecting oddly. Our childhood cat ate one of her kittens. The bones crunched in the night. What on earth? That's the worst thing I've ever heard. Oh my god. The kitten had already passed. That's crazy that they're like, well, you know, not letting that go to waste. God. Animals. Frightening. The Bones Crunched in the Night is a good horror story title. Funerary cannibalism existed with humans too. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. If I lived in, you know, a protein insecure sort of environment, I would understand. It would make sense. Oh my god, this is a lot of refinements. This better be worth it. There we go. Go like that. Wonderful. Now, let's see. We have fuel flowing. Do we have turbo fuel coming out? Well, not yet, because I haven't hooked up the outputs, but it's being made. Humans are not an efficient source of meat. Well, you know, you're squashing my desire to eat someone. I think it's, you know, probably an atheist thing. I don't want to be like, I've never been too precious about that sort of thing. Like, yeah, let's eat each other. Yes, we just go in like that, and then we just hook these up a little oddly. One of them had to... Oh, God. A pig is lads that other pigs are food. Terrifying. Does that horror... Why are we talking about such a morbid thing? I brought it up, didn't I, with the spiders? I've seen a horse eat a chicken once. And a pelican eat a pigeon. There we go. Lovely. Okay. Very good. So these will take a while to like fill up with enough fuel. But there we go. We have turbo fuel. Oh, look at it coming in. Isn't it wonderful? Now, how much do we have? You know, assuming that these worked perfectly, which they obviously don't. We have 17 times. So we have more than 300 there. We'll round it down to 300. So if we have 300 turbo fuel a minute, what are we packaging? Fuck, that's way too much. I can make way too much of this crap. You know what? It's better to have it than not have it, though, right? Okay. We need another oil extractor. See, the issue here, look at that thing go. Wowza. Is that we make so much turbo fuel from this setup. Right, let's say we make 300. If we wanted to make packaged turbo fuel, that would be 15 of these machines. Wouldn't it? 15 packages? That's crazy. That's so many. And that's me rounding down as well. Okay, so we would need... We would need 300 empty canisters a minute. Ugh. There's a lot. Let's see, so that's divided by 60s. Well, that's 5, obviously. So 150 plastic a minute. Right. Alright. Let's come up with 150 plastic a minute. Then we can make the canisters easy. So many refineries. I forget how many of these you need, you know. The problem is, with needing so many of these, is the heavy oil residue. You need to make more refineries to turn the heavy oil residue into something and then vendor it so the whole system doesn't back up. Can you use the polymer you're currently binning? Possibly. Yeah, because we are binning a whole bunch of it, aren't we? Well, we need water, but that's okay. There's water nearby. That can turn into that. So that would be done in 8 of these, which would need... we need 450 polymer. And we're making 300 of it, so that's not enough. So who would have thought, honestly, that we would end up needing so much space for this and so many different materials for this? It's utterly absurd. Alright. I'll tell you what. This isn't helping. I'm going to have to move that out of the way. And this. That works, though. Use the space in here. In between. Very good. Ooh. We could turn the heavy into fuel and burn it. There's so many different ways of setting this up, isn't there? What do I want to do here? I think I want to just assume that we're going to make canister or plastic production over there for this. And then just build that here, right? Which is going to be, again, we need, what, 15 packages, right? We do need 15 packages. Which is 300 empty canisters. You know what? We're never going to use all of these. This is overproducing it, but at least we'll never run out, you know? So now how many constructors do I need? It was only 5, right? I think. Yeah. We need 5 of these. So we will just assume that we have plastic coming in there. 3, 4, 5. Where am I going to put 15 packages? Four, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I need another. We need to go way further that way. 5. That's 10, right? Huh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not gonna have enough space. Yep. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why not, eh? There we go. It sort of works. What are we going to have to do here? Feed down and then back up the whole thing? What a mess. This isn't going to work. Maybe I can set these back a little. Maybe go splitters and then we put these here. Yeah, we can set these back a little. That's my pretend plastic is coming from that direction. So what I'm going to do is just to see this work. Let's fill this with plastic. I've lost track of what I'm doing. There we are. I think I know what I'm doing. You could ship it over. The shipping is... it would be too complex when I do happen to have this oil there and here, you know. Oh, fuck. Look at that misclick. Okay. Third time's a charm. There we are. Very good. Yes. Alright, that's all on. This is making canisters. Paste, paste, paste. This will have to be quite squished as well. I placed every single one of those wrong. Because I'm very silly. There we go. You can connect with... yeah. Is that... I was excited about that, and then people told me that that was something in since 1.0. Were they lying? I swear that's a new addition. Okay. So all the merges, and now we do the splitters. Facing this way. Like this. There we go. Very good. I think this is coming together. There we go. Now then, that's canisters. That's canisters hooked up. We need to go package turbo fuel, and these will all turn yellow, and they'll begin to fill with canisters. And then we just need to hook up the turbo fuel. There we are, all yellows. Very good. Now we'll run the turbo fuel down the middle. Me and Ashley are going away tomorrow for one night. And I'm scared. And I don't know why I'm scared. I've got going on a trip fear. I don't know why. Do you ever get that? Spade. You have to see sunny Birmingham. We're going to somewhere in Wales. Can't say where in case anyone. And there'll be someone in the house for anyone who's thinking about burgling the place. There we go. Do you know who? I know who, yes. My sister will be here. And she has a black belt and a giant dog. And a gun. The gun isn't true, but... There we go. We didn't need to interrupt the trees here. Although, I don't know where I'm going to send all this crap. We will need some ends here. Oh, but yeah. I confess to a little going on a trip stress. It's because I'm in video production mode, you know? My dad paid for this trip for my birthday, you know, so, and I'm very thankful. I'm just like, I'm like, oh God, I can't take time off. I can't do something. Makes me anxious. Lovely. I don't know if we need a pump here, but let's give it one anyway. So we got power like that. There we are, packaged turbo fuel. Now we need to connect all of this together. Let's do that here, why not? And what we'll do for now is we'll just put a box in with a dimensional depot on top. And then all we need to do is connect this to a drone port, which we can build anywhere. And then we use that to fuel the whole drone system. Because wherever all the drones come in and land, we'll have them pick up fuel there. And the only drone that will work the other way around is the one that comes here, because it will go there to drop off fuel for the other drones and then come back here. Is the plan. We are going somewhere in North Wales. Again, pocket saber. What if there's a stalker? My dad's from the generation before they had sort of generalized anxiety. You know, they didn't really... They just dealt with everything subconsciously through, like, anger issues or like, we know about stuff now. I'm from the generation where knowing that you have... If you tell me I've booked you a train and you have to get on that train in 2 weeks, I'm going to be anxious until I'm off the train at the other end. Like, the whole time. I don't think that's a generational thing. Is that just a me thing? Ooh, I haven't hooked up half the turbo fuels. Lovely. I have to go to another country in a couple of weeks and it makes me nervous too. For some reason, it's like, if I plan stuff, it's not too bad. I don't know why. And if it's for longer, I don't mind. I'm sort of okay with it, but for some reason... Going for a day, I guess it's because it's like, there's a lot. It feels like there's a lot packed in, you know? Social anxiety, gang. See, I don't feel much social anxiety. I wonder what it is exactly. I just have sort of nondescript. Just sort of generally anxious. Look at this. Look at all this beautiful packaged fuel. Oh, isn't it wonderful? Okay. I'm gonna throw my useless old packaged fuel away. And take out some packaged turbo fuel. And then I'm going to equip, I'm going to unpin that. Pin this one. We've had an upgrade. Wow, it's rubbish. No, that's burning biofuel. What are you doing? There we go. Okay, that's better. That's much better. Lovely. Sometimes Fizzy's family will appear on our doorstep and expect to be invited inside. That's fun. Alright. Very good. We accomplished something. We built this enormous machine which makes one item And it's not even finished. Because we don't have the plastic hooked up. But you know what? The plastic goes a long way in it, you know? Like, just from... we've put like 2,000 in, and, you know, we got tons. I like how wonderfully inefficient the packager looks as well, where it's just like splatting whatever fluid you're pumping through it all over the place. It's great. Oh, it's nice to have a better jetpack. Alright. Next on the agenda will be to make a little plastic production plant here and feed it into that box. So that can feed the packages which pick up the turbo fuel. However, we'll max out on turbo fuel before then, probably. That'll do us for hours and hours. Now, if I cared about... See, I usually just... When I've played this, what I'm leaning towards is just beelining towards getting all the geysers hooked up. And then that kind of just does you until you have nuclear power. But the other thing to do would be to head over here, hook up all the crude oil, and do this again. Make turbo fuel again. Except instead of putting it into packages this time, what we do is we put it into these fuel-powered generators. Because you can, off just those things, you can hook up like 50 of these things. And they're pretty good, you know. I just did a massive rocket fuel tower. That sounds fun. I haven't even thought about the next. Let's see, rocket fuel. Make packaged rocket fuel. And ionized fuel. I'm happy with just using the turbo fuel for now. Just easy enough to hook up. We can, like I say, because this is separate from where the main factory is going to be, what we can do is, if this becomes inefficient, or we want to swap to a better fuel, we can just cut this off, build a different plant, and reattach it, and it should run fine. Oh well, that's for next time. Oh. Okay, folks. I'm gonna head off. Thank you very much for tuning in. I will more than likely be back on Wednesday, but I'll let you know, depending on trains and things. And I should have a travel story for you. Ugh. Assuming I don't have like a heart attack. Hang about for a second. We'll raid someone. Who are we gonna raid? Let's raid Nextlander. Wonderful. Oh, boiling stream. It is gonna get hotter in the week, isn't it? That's fucked up. We're gonna have to put the spiders downstairs where it's cooler. I don't want them getting overheated. Okay, I will see you next time, folks. Draynog, I don't believe you. Bye.